Hello and welcome to episode number 70 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is, why do your clients and customers buy from you? Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin. And I've got a very, very good question for you, and I want you to think about this very, very carefully, because this is going to change. This conversation we're having today is absolutely going to change the outcome of how you market your business, of how you communicate to your customers and prospects, how you communicate to anybody on social media through your message. And today's question I have for you is, why do your customers or prospects buy from you? Now, for a lot of people, I asked this question inside the Online Trainers Club, and it was a lot of people said trust. Then they buy from you because they trust you. And trust is very, very vague. What do they trust you with? They trust that you will be able to deliver. They trust that, you can fulfill. They trust that they will get the result. But is that why they really want to buy from you? What is the truth behind this? And trust is an aspect of it. But when you think about why you fork out hundreds of dollars for that new Apple iPhone, why you want to fork out hundreds of dollars for the iPad, the new MacBook, the new Tesla, these people that are telling you that they're broke suddenly have money when Apple launches the new iPhone 105, right? And so a lot of times, only because I've been speaking to a lot of personal trainers, spoke to two yesterday, and one of the main concerns was, my customers are broke, my prospects are broke, my clients are broke. And whilst that might be true, I asked them, well, what kind of phone do they have? I'm like, do they have an iPhone 6, iPhone 7? Cool. Well, they're not broke, because if they were broke, they'd have a HTC, they'd have a Nokia, whatever you like to call it, okay? Because that's the cheaper alternative. You see, broke people are really broke. And broke people will not spend any money. And when you get that excuse that they don't have any money, that's it. When you get that objection on the phone, when you get that objection that they don't invest inside, they can't invest because they don't have the money, it's them telling you that they don't see the value in your program, firstly, okay? And that they don't want your program enough, secondly. And thirdly, they might trust you as well. They might trust that you're a good guy, but the fact is, what you're selling to them doesn't seduce them, doesn't make them want your program enough. They don't see the return on investment inside your program. They don't see why putting aside $500 is going to help them become better to reach their goals, hopes, and dreams. Or that they see that there's an alternative pathway, and that the alternative pathway is cheaper, which is why you need to be red ocean and blue ocean. Red ocean is where everybody's at, where every other person selling their ebooks, their body transformation programs. Blue ocean is suddenly going, well, hold on a second, I'll give you an example of blue ocean. Blue ocean might be, I help guys get into shape because I know that guys get into shape because they want more confidence. And they want more confidence because I know that deep down they want to feel loved and they want to find a partner. And so what I do is I help guys get into shape, and I help them, develop confidence to pick up girls or to talk to girls. And so that conversation within there becomes suddenly blue ocean, and it's completely new, and you've just created a segment. You've completely created a new segment of the marketplace because you are able to innovate and go, what is the problem? What is the desire? And how can I create this? And so there is no other health coach professional out there that can market themselves against you, because everybody's red ocean. Everybody's competing in the same pool, right? Body transformation, get abs, fat loss, yada yada. What I'm trying to tell you today is you need to innovate, but you need to create something that people desire. You need to seduce people. That comes into your marketing. People will buy from you, right? Because they trust you. And that's the last thing. That's the last question they ask. The last question I asked is, do I trust Apple and their quality? Okay, the first question, I say to myself, oh my God, that's so cool. I want it. I want that thing, right? That looks awesome because everyone else wants it, right? People buy from you at the very, very last moment. Yes, when they have trust, that's like kind of the thing that seals the deal. But the reasons why people buy from you is because they actually desire your product. So are you creating a desirable product, program, service out there? Are you creating this image, and are you marketing your product in such a way that it's desirable? Because for most trainers, for most coaches, whether you're a nutrition coach, whether you're a dating coach, whether you're a personal training, a strength coach, you are putting out the bare basics, and you are not packaging your product or service in a nice, seductive way. And you're saying, look, you're getting a 12-week transformation. I'm going to jump onto the phone with you once a week. You're telling them what they're going to get, and that's not sexy. Your product needs to depict their future. It needs to give them a vision. It needs to seduce them on why they should spend $500, $1,000, $2,000, $15,000, $100,000 with you. One of the things I want you to think about today, and it was only until I started thinking about the way I position myself, and it's the way where every single person that I've seen successful positions themselves and their products, is that the product paints a future, a vision. Okay, when people see your product, they see a vision. They can see themselves living that vision. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't see a vision in jumping on a Skype call with a coach once a week. I see work. I see, right, okay, I've got to follow this plan. So the question I have for you today is, do your clients, prospects, customers see the vision inside your product? Do they see themselves by looking at your product when you market it, that they can see themselves in the future and they can see something that they desire the most? If they can't, how can you think about creating that today? That's the conversation I want to have with you today. What I want you to do after this is post inside the Online Trainers Club. I've listened to episode number 70. Lynn said to post about creating a desirable product. This is my product. How can we make it more sexy? How can we make it more appealing? How can we make it more desirable? How can we put makeup on this thing? How can we dress it up and make it the hottest thing that people want? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, people buy things that they desire. They don't buy things because they trust. They don't buy things because, it looks good and they know it's going to help them. They buy it because they ultimately see themselves attached to it. They plug into your product and they get the outcome and they see their future there from your product, service or program. And that is your role for today. And once you're done, go and post inside the Online Trainers Club and let me know. I want you to have a fantastic day, and I want you to know that there's a month left until the end of the year. So absolutely go out there and smash it, and do not let the fear hold you back, and keep rocking on You Rock. Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.